Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. It still feels weird saying that. But well, if this is your first time, you haven't missed anything. This is just my second video, and in this video we'll be analyzing Nappily Ever After. Why Nappily Ever After? Well, in my first video I came up with a little game that whichever movie gets the most comments, if you may, will be analyzed in my second video. And well, it was my first video and I didn't get a lot of comments. Only one person, Chukwudi Ezichi, gave us a movie, and that's Nappily Ever After. So that's what I'll be discussing today. And I'm a bit excited because, well, tomorrow is Valentine's Day. Let's get right into it. First thing, we have little Violet standing beside a pool. She wants to jump in. Her mother doesn't want her to jump in because, well, she wants her hair to remain silky, or I don't know, just, well, prim and proper, right? So of course, every week or every other day, I don't know, her mom used the hot comb to straighten out her hair so that she can look prim and proper and essentially perfect for her mom. So of course she jumps into the pool and her hair comes out looking, well, how it's supposed to look. She's a black skinned girl, for crying out loud, and that's her hair. So deal with it, everybody. But her mom is not having it, of course. Her mom pulled her away, and anyway, forward to this time in the future. Still the same thing, straightening out her hair. But apparently it's her birthday and she's expecting a ring from Clint, her boyfriend. So it is obvious, I guess, to anybody that Violet has apparently broken whatever resistance she had to the hair straightening and looking perfect. Her mother essentially whipped it out of her. So she's now Miss Prim and Proper. She wants to look perfect for Prince Charming or whoever she concocted in her mind. So I think it beats me because, well, know the thing about when natural hair became a thing a few years ago and people were speaking, well, not really a few years ago, yeah, I think it's a few years ago, because there was a time it became really discussed. It became a topic for discussion on a lot of platforms about natural hair, what it means, and la-di-da. So I think talking about it today, I mean, and of course leading up to tomorrow, it being about Valentine, about self-love, and how parents do not reinforce the fact that we're beautiful. I think later down the movie, you'd see Violet complaining about how she wished her mother hugged her after she jumped into the pool and just told her that she was beautiful rather than whisking her away like she was something to be hidden. So I think in view of tomorrow, oh well, just the rest of our lives, really, no need tying it down to a particular thing and telling ourselves that, you know what, you're beautiful, you're intelligent, and you've got this. So anyways, let's continue with the movie. After straightening her hair, this babe climbs back into bed and pretends that she was asleep. So I don't know, is it like, I woke up like this, flawless? I don't know what she was going for. Maybe that's really what she was going for. But my guy wakes up, and of course, if anybody who watched this scene would see his shock, would notice his shock. So, but he tells her, happy birthday, beautiful, like the perfect Prince Charming gentleman that he is. So this is what I'll call a series of unfortunate events. Here she's at work, her hair is all silky and straight. Her mom did a wonderful job. Now she's frantic. She's trying to, I think, get her mother to come back to her house to, I don't know, put her hair back in order. Yes, of course, that should be it. Put her hair back in order. And her mom is not picking. She's scared that her hair won't be perfect in the evening during her birthday, and when Clint proposes, or at least she thinks he's going to propose. She finally pays her way her way into a salon. I think she paid like $200 to skip the queue so that she would be attended to. And remember this little kid in the corner? Yes, this one sweeping, because she plays an important role much later. What did she do? I don't know. Maybe she got angry by what Violet said, or she was just acting out. We can't tell because there's this undertone of her mother not being in her life, and maybe that's why she was, or she is acting out in the movie. I can't really tell. Really, I don't like doing I think it's pop psychology on people. So, but then she did what she did, and with with Violet's condition, and Violet essentially lost her hair. So in this scene, they're washing out the conditioner, and her hair is, well, you can see the hairdresser's shock. The hair is coming out in clumps, and it's everybody's just afraid. But somehow she got the owner of the place to, well, get her hair back in order. Not really. They bought her a new weave. So that's what she had on. Fast forward to the birthday, and she's looking cute, of course. So in this party, of course, it's Violet's birthday, and she's all excited. She's gonna get a ring. She's gonna be Mrs. Clint. Clint is gonna be Mr. Violet. But to her greatest surprise, this nigga does not give her a ring. He gives her a puppy. Yes, a puppy. Tomorrow, people that are expecting rings, please be open to expecting a puppy. Or a cat. Or a Bugatti. But not a ring. Anyways, of course she's shocked. I will be, if maybe I'm in the mindset that this is the next step I want to take with my partner. And he or she, and he comes with a puppy, an animal, because he wants to start a family. I don't even, as in the whole thing is just confusing, really. It's confusing, but anyways, it's puppy. I'm going to stop saying puppy right now. So the evening spiraled, of course, when she raised the conversation, or sorry, the question about getting married. And from what you've seen, of course, the guy went, oh, you've never done this, you've never done that. And I'm here sitting, did you ask? Did you ever, I don't know, because you're saying it's been a 2-year first date. Well, you've been on the date with her as well. Have you, because this relationship thing to me is everyone has to bring in their own 50% or 100%, depending on how you look at it. And he's here complaining about her perfection. And you know, this complaint irks me more, because when you go down later on in the movie, you see, and you, anyway, let not let it cut out of the bag. But then he's complaining about her perfection. But in some way, didn't you know, that's why when people complain about their partners, and maybe after a long while they start complaining about certain things that the partner does or whatever, and in my mind I always feel at some point you reinforced it, at some point you made the person feel good, because how the hell do you out of the blues tell someone in the morning, you look beautiful, babe, like she's perfect, and then you come later in the evening and then you complain about perfection? It's like you want to eat your cake and have it. If either you go for someone who can switch up on you like Jekyll and Hyde, or you go for someone who is just, it is what it is, who is just, I don't know, who the person is. Or if you want that, and this is the person you want to be with, but you also want them to try out this, then you talk to them about it. Don't just out of the blues tell them, you know what, your perfection is off-putting. That's just not fair. It really is not. Anyway, let's continue with the movie. She goes ahead and has a mental breakdown at work. Something about perfect this, perfect that, la-di-da. This makes her lose the account she was working on because, well, whoever it was that she was pitching the project to said no, that he doesn't want her. But she goes out and gets fuck you hair. Yes, she dyes her hair blonde, goes out to the bar with her friends, drinks, la-di-da, and picks up this random hot stranger that she tries to have sex with. Wrong idea, sis. Anyways, thank God she doesn't have sex. She decides to book a cab. This cab driver, of course, proves once again why you should not share your secrets with cab drivers. Do not share, because they will advise you and you will say, take me to Emory University Hospital. Let me go and meet my ex that told me I am too perfect to be with him. But of course, proving true to his nature, Clint, well, he does what he does and she leaves him standing there. Of course, whatever he said made this clipper look sexy for Violet to be looking at it in this way. But that's that. About that. Moving on to a sexy scene. Yes, this is the sexy scene. She's laughing, she's bobbing her hair. She's crying, she's bobbing her hair. She's still crying, she's still shaving the thing. And it's obviously an emotional experience for her because, well, her emotions are all over the place. And yeah, sexy. And I don't know, I think this is really my favorite scene in this entire movie because it's very vulnerable, but she comes out looking strong and amazing, really. So I mean, is this not the definition of strength? So from this point on, things kind of change for her because she's taken off something that has been a burden for years, which for several of us can be it can be different things. It could be, I really don't know what it can be, but I'm sure we can relate with having a burden that we've taken off of us in this journey called life. So the next scene, of course, she got so used to the burden that she felt it was a part of her. So next thing, she's crying in the stall. She's telling this other lady, go use the male stall, don't disturb me. But this woman has her own issues and she wants to also cry in that's the toilet stall actually. So later the woman invites her for their little gathering, and it turns out that it's I think it's a gathering for people who have either suffered or are suffering from cancer, or maybe have people in their lives that are that have been diagnosed with cancer. So I think it's a turning point for her because she sees that she's crying because she didn't get a ring. She shaved her hair because I think to her she's overreacting, but as a viewer I feel people react to things differently. So not getting a ring is, I think it's about maybe validating the emotions, that how you feel about a thing, because someone else is equally experiencing something that is negative. Yes, you do not invalidate this other person's experience. And you see the ladies in that gathering, they respond with positivity, and the lady tells her, you own it, girl, own your low cut or your shaved hair, own it, you gotta carry it. So that thing you think you're missing, that burden you think that has been a part of your identity, own your new identity. You got this. She wakes up the next morning, goes straight for her mirror, and what she sees gets the hell out of her because she's screaming. But then her mom is at the door. She opens up and this woman sees her and wants to faint. And why wouldn't she? I mean, the hair that she has been taken care of since. She invites her father over, who advises her that she has to soldier on. And of course, he makes the comment that dun 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 dun, you've got the head for it. You get it? Because I mean, she bobbed her hair, and then in the US Army there's an induction haircut apparently, and where they bobbed their or shaved their head. So I don't know if you got the reference. If you didn't, well, now you do. Owning it, of course, she goes back to her workplace where she demands to work on an entirely new project about beer. And next thing, she's visiting the girl they've reconciled, so much so her dad invites her for dinner, and it's in this dinner that he says something apt. He says, "Didn't the hum of the Clippers sound like Harriet Tubman calling you to freedom?" Now pause. Just pause. Who is Harriet Tubman? This is Harriet Tubman. She was a political activist, an abolitionist, and a women's rights activist, especially for the right to vote. She was known by the Monica Moses because she led thousands of blacks out of slavery. I mean, yes, she actually literally led them to freedom. So hence the Monica Moses. So the next scenes, I think he invites her for lunch. The mom is going berserk because she doesn't want her to go or because she was wondering why he wasn't coming to pick her up, because maybe he doesn't have a car. And she goes, of course, she's overdressed, she changes. So a bunch of things happen, really. All, of course, with her bald head. They kissed. All those bobo tipo that used to happen in American movies. And what else? I think he also accompanies her for her mom's, I think, is it Thanksgiving? Yeah, and that's where the mom goes ahead to berate him. Oh no, to talk condescendingly. That's more of it. That's really what describes what went down. She speaks that way to him. He can't take it. Of course, he walks out, tells Violet to get her act together if at all she wants what he thinks she wants with him. So I think we're pretty much caught up to the point where then there's the scene. Okay, then next time we'll see her at her workplace. She's giving this new, actually awesome beer pitch about for the Amber Light Company. That's the new project. But her oga says no, that he wants the other sexist one, and she loses it. She quits, and then this next scene, you just have to see it with me. This is it, and she's now dancing in her apartment. Clint is still, apparently came around to get his stuff, and she falls. She sees him. She screams, "What are you doing here?" The guy is saying, "Anyway, Sha, plenty talk. This scene just teaches you, if you kick them out of your house, change the key, because they will come back into your life and then they will now confuse you." Yes, confuse you. Did I stutter? Confuse you. Like here, she's looking up, confused. Why is she confused? Someone who barbed her hair. Of course, they get into the shower. Again, change the key, because now this man now comes and decides to propose with an onion ring. See her laughing. Oh God. So yes, did I stutter? No, change the key, because they will try to come back in the pretext of either collecting their things or whatever. It's a season of love. Love yourself first. Be selfish with that love, because if you do not love yourself first, no other person will know how to love you, and you won't be able to show another person as well how to love you. Do you understand? Yes, I understand. Please understand. So yeah, the next few scenes, she's screaming, "We have a wedding to plan. Hey, bring out the ashebi and all that." And I'm here overthinking. Sorry, did you say perfect? Did you? Sorry. Did you? Wait, let me take off this wig. Did you say perfect? She's been perfect all this while. And you told her that is not what, I don't know, that you wanted. What? Sorry. I'm just confused. Perfect. That's what she has been. Now you complained. She went and barbed her hair because you have confused her. And then 1 + 2 is equal to 15. And now you're telling her that you want her to keep her hair straight because you want everything to be perfect tonight. Sure? No problem. It's not your fault. It's our fault. This nigga had me pulling my wig. Anyway. Sure. Well, she decides to straighten her hair and dresses prim and proper for the dinner. And at the dinner, see, I'll not show you the ending, no, I wouldn't, but at the dinner she jumps into the pool and feels liberated again. And at the end she helps forgotten his name, she helps him trying to get this week on point. She helps him get a deal with natural hair, with his natural hair thingy that he keeps trying out. Anyway, that's that for Nappily Ever After. To sum up, really, the movie is basically about self-love. Anybody who tells you otherwise, you should probably listen to them. Maybe you might gain a thing or two. I'm not telling you not to listen, but it's a movie about self-love for me. It's about discovering yourself, discovering who you really are, who probably adults beat out of you, and you find this person and you have to hold tenaciously to whoever this person is and don't let go. Never ever let go. And it's never too late really to rediscover yourself. Today is not late, tomorrow is not, next year is not, but the last thing you want to do is to leave your footprints in the sand of time without being your authentic self. So please go out there, be your authentic self, love yourself, love your people, love the people around you, show them how you want them to love you, and do not, I repeat, do not let anybody confuse you. Go, don't let anybody confuse you. And this is not just for, of course, females, my fellow females, males out there too. Don't lose yourself in the process of loving another person. Or you can also find yourself in the process of loving another person. It's not cast in stone. Love is beautiful, and I think everybody should experience it at least once, twice. So for my next video, I wanted to say next week, but I don't know. My next video will be decided by one person, and that person is the person that comes up with the answer to this riddle. Riddle made this. I am a music or a song title. 2 words. The first word aptly represents the haircut that Violet had in this movie Nappily Ever After. So yeah, if you can come up with, of course when you're answering it, put the name of the song and the musician. Hint, the song is by it was a female. At least I want to believe the musician identifies as a female. So yes, it's a female that sang the song. So yeah, whoever gets it wins. Okay, another hint. The first word starts with a B. I really want someone to get it so that you can decide what I do next. So thank you for coming around again, and I hope you had fun the same way I did. See you in my next video. Bye.